I have an idea for a song. I'm going to start out a little bit heavy. I think I'm going to do this chromatic thing. Not that. Something like that. And then I'll just go. So once I get there, that's going to be the verse. This was going to be the chorus. I might go back to that chromatic thing, at least for an intro to the bridge part. So it'd be like verse, chorus, then that bridge part. And then I got to decide. I might do something for a solo section. So this is going to have a couple different parts to it. Something like that might work. Whatever. I got the beats per minute tapped out. I got my usual drum loop. It's basically a glorified metronome, so that'll be replaced later. Anyway, this is my template that I typically use for original songs, and it's just kind of like subject to change per taste, per song, and whatnot. And I do different things like tweak the drum sounds and guitar sounds. So like I'll do like a batch of 10 songs and then call it an album. And then I'll like switch the things around just for fun to experiment. So that's what happens. This is original Christian rock, by the way, so I may or may not talk about it at the end. Probably going to, but let me just get started. I'm going to kind of feel this one out and just play through, try and remember what I did, and then play the right side so I get a left and a right and make a nice stereo thing for the guitars. I'll decide if I want to do overdubs. If not, I'll just delete the tracks on the template. And then guitar, solo, bass, drums, and vocals, usually in that order. So here we go. I did the left side, now I'm going to do the right side. Hopefully I remember what I played. I think I got it, so let me just hurry up and get this down before I do forget. So about not messing up and forgetting the song, yeah, that happened like 5 times. It actually worked out though, because I ended up doing some harmonies rather than doubling, and I think that kind of sounds better. And now I don't really have to do a lot of overdubs because I have that mix on the left and the right side. I'm going to do the guitar solo. I just turned my Digitech pedal off, which is dropping me down a minor third. So now I'm back to standard, C sharp minor once again. The last like 7 or 8 songs have been that. But anyway, here goes. I'm just going to improvise this, see what happens, and hopefully I don't suck. This is a little bit busy. I'm not going to do too much in the bass, so... I'm gonna do the drums now. All right, so I just finished up the drums. Listened back, sounded okay. So I'm going to do the vocals, and while I was listening back, I typed up some lyrics, and I don't really per se have a melody. Got like an itchy spot on my forehead. I just think I'll improvise through it. Oh, by the way, if you are watching the drums and you notice during the really fast bass drum parts, like it looks like my legs aren't moving, if anyone is a drummer. I'm double bouncing, so I'm basically doing an open roll on the bass drum, which sounds impressive, except that mesh head on the bass drum is super tight, and it's like hitting a super ball, so it's easy. It's actually one of the cool things about that. I can do blast beats like it's my job, because it's just like, because it just bounces so much. Anyway, it's actually almost hard not to bounce. You kind of have to have a little finesse playing the thing, and a light touch. Okay, though, vocals, here I go. So, the vocals are done. If you want to check the description box, you're going to find the lyrics. You're also going to find a Linktree link. That'll take you out to where you can purchase and stream my music. Finally, I'm kind of going reverse order here, but the top link is a link to Faith Center in Glendale, California, where I like to watch their services every Sunday. They do a live broadcast. So if you go to their website, they have a 24/7 streaming video player that plays like 50 years worth of messages. They also have an app you can download, which you can find that right on the website anyway. So just follow the link. It's super, super amazing Bible teaching. Not like anything you've probably seen before, because a lot of people that are running churches probably shouldn't be, because they just don't know what they're even talking about, and they're kind of going out with some agenda, whatever that might be. Some denominational thing, some certain whatever, but it's usually not 100% to just tell you exactly what the Bible says. So this church does that, and they even go so far as to translate the original languages and just really make sure the meaning of the actual original writing is conveyed, which once you do that, it's pretty eye-opening. So really informative, really helps grow your faith. And by the way, as a Christian, that is the main thing. A lot of people try and do works and good deeds and all that stuff, thinking they're like buying their way in. It doesn't do anything for you. The other thing is they'll do like a really oversimplified faith thing where they think it's like you say a sinner's prayer, you twirl around 3 times and jump in the air and clap your hands or something like a monkey, and now you're saved because you did it that one time. And they think faith is like a one-time action, and that's it. That's not the case. You are saved by faith alone, nothing else. It's just simple faith that saves you, but it's not so simple as to just do a one-time thing. You got to think of this like a relationship. If you're in a relationship, say like you're married to somebody, do you just show up at the wedding ceremony? Well, not even the wedding ceremony. You just say like, I do to the proposal, and then you vanish, never talk to them again, show up a couple years later like, hey, can I have some money? They tell you to piss off. So that's what you're kind of doing if you think you just have to like say the thing one time and then never think about it again. And the other thing is like if you're just trying to do a whole bunch of works and all that kind of stuff, just think of it again as a relationship. If you're just like going out and like buying things in place of having an actual relationship for the person, or just like doing stuff. Think of like someone who works all the time and says they're doing it for their spouse, but they never talk to them, never see them, blah, blah, blah. Like that's another example of that. Like it's a relationship with God built on trust, love, and faith is ongoing and continuous. It's pistis in the Greek. It's an ongoing and continuous action verb that you have to keep doing. That's why when Paul describes it, he's saying you have to put on the whole armor of God, because it's a battle, ongoing and continuous until the day you die, where you're battling the world, the flesh, and the devil. You're not sitting there chilling and fine. And those things wouldn't be fighting against you if it was a one-time thing, because what's the point? Also, look at the parable of the sower. That's another good one to check out. And if you don't understand that, you can't even understand salvation. So just saying. All of these things and more are on that link, and I highly recommend you check it out. And lest anyone thinks like it's a judgmental thing, and like that's not Christianity. You are putting your faith and your trust in God. God is changing you. You're not cleaning yourself up. You're not trying to change your behavior, your attitude, how you dress, the things you do. You just come to God as you are. Walk in faith. Keep trusting God. And like a graft being placed, a new organism placed on the old organism. If you ever look up like what they do like in wine country where they do grafts and stuff, it's kind of like the idea. The new life is placed in you. You start to take on characteristics of that, and the old you gets out of there. But you're not like losing yourself. You're becoming more the you are meant to be as God created you, not the fake you kind of create to just put on a good front in the world. You don't have to change your behavior, your attitude, anything like that. God does the changing. If it's something that's in the way of that relationship between you and God, it'll probably start to vanish. If not, it might be there to be keeping you humble for all I know. So don't judge anyone because it's their walk and their faith relationship with God. Just focus on yourself and your relationship with God and keep talking to God and trust Him, and that's it. So, yeah, anyway, check out the link if you want to see really good teaching. You'll learn more than you could probably imagine. And with that, I'm going to say like, subscribe, comment, share. I'll keep making these. It's fun for me. So, anyway, see you later. See you in the next video. Goodbye. Don't you see?